Hello everybody, I'm Rosie Christman, and we wanted to share with you the end results of our rice experiment. A few months ago, we put the beginnings of our rice experiment on a Facebook Live video, and it was kind of exciting to see all the people that piped in, so we decided we'd do a final video before we open up and throw away all of our rice. So this has been going on now for about 3 months. So what we did when we did our rice experiment, well, we learned about a Japanese scientist named Masaru Emoto, and he did lots of experiments with water. He saw the different results that different words or music had on water. He would put water in little beakers, and then he would freeze them, and as they formed ice crystals, he would take pictures of the ice crystals. So when the water had been exposed to different classical music and different words like love and peace and harmony, they formed gorgeous uniform ice crystals. But when they had negative things like I'm going to kill you or hate or different ugly words like that, they formed ugly ice crystals. Like didn't even have a form. They were just kind of blobs. So he did that experiment with water, and he also did the same thing with rice. And rice is something we can do at home, and we actually YouTubed videos to find out, see what other people had done, and we just thought it'd be cool to do it ourselves. So we did our rice experiment, and actually I should have introduced you to my helpers, so let me do that really fast. I'm Rosie Christman, and this is Canyon, and this is
Liberty.
and this is
Leah.
Okay, so these guys helped me with my rice experiment. So let's just explain to you really quick what we did. Would you hand me my love jar? So we put rice, we boiled rice, and we put it in just pint jars. Now we're going to show you 3 of our jars. This one we labeled love, and we talked to it lovingly. We said things like, will you show them how we talk to our jar?
I love you. You can do it.
Good job.
I love you.
I love you. You're so beautiful.
I love you.
Okay, so we talked lovingly to the jar, and that was fun. It was delightful. And this jar, believe it or not, is over 3 months old. So when I saw the videos, the first time I saw the videos and they said that the jar was a couple months old, I didn't really believe that could happen, that rice could look so good after a few months. But this rice is really several months old, and you can see, I mean, it's not perfect rice, but it is white and fluffy and beautiful still. So that word love and us paying attention to it and talking lovingly to it did it a lot of good. Okay, hand me my hate jar. So you guys are in for a treat, I guess, a shock maybe. So this is our hate jar. So show them how we talk to this one.
I hate you. You cannot do it. I hate you.
Yeah. Oh, you're disgusting. Oh, ow, gross.
I hate you.
Okay. Now, honestly, it was hard for us to say I hate you to the rice. It didn't feel good to us. And it didn't feel good to the rice either. Look at that. Like, it's just kind of gross. Okay, show them there. Our last jar is our just jar that we ignored. Now, this isn't pretty rice at all. It's brown and moldy, has some gross stuff in it, but it's still rice. And this one got ignored. It got put in a corner and just completely ignored. So we learned several things from this experiment. Some things we already knew, but it was really kind of cool to see the effect on rice. And we've seen the effect in our home. We've seen the effect of when we use kind words, we feel better. Like our home feels better. There's a different energy in our home, a different feeling in our home. And when we are on our devices or busy in a book or busy with a project and kind of ignore each other, especially with younger kids, they start misbehaving more. Like they need that positive interaction. And then when we are saying kind, uplifting things, like we're just happy in our home. And when somebody's upset, that spreads, that anger, those ugly words, it spreads. It spreads to everybody in our home, and then the energy in our home is not so good. And so we have tried to foster kind words. We've tried to really pay attention to the words we say, because we've learned that words really do matter. It matters what we say, and it matters how we treat each other. So do any of you want to share anything with everybody that you've learned? Okay, Libby, what have you learned?
I learned that it's not very fun for people to say, I hate you. I don't like you. You're ugly. It's not fun to feel that way. And it's not fun to just be ignored, just say something, can you do this, and no one answers. Not very fun. And when people says, I love you, you look so beautiful, it's different than I hate you. It's fun when someone says, I love you, you're so beautiful. That's what I love.
Yep, it is fun. Good job. Okay, Aaliyah, do you want to share anything?
Sure. Before we did this rice experiment, I knew that it wasn't okay to say bad words like idiot and hate. But once we said these words to the rice, I really felt it, and we would do the love jar first and then the hate jar, and like the spirit was totally different in our home because it was so negative that all of us had been saying negative things. But when we ended with the love jar, the spirit in our home was amazing, and it was amazing. And so seeing how it affects the rice helped me understand how it affects people and how it makes me feel, not only the other people.
Thank you. It was different. Okay, Canyon, anything you want to share? Add to that?
It was cool to see the effect of words and how it can really hurt things.
Yep. So, bottom line, we'd like to encourage everybody to pay attention to your words. Words really do matter. And to try to cultivate good words in your home. Try to spend good quality time with your kids, with your spouse, so that they don't get ignored, because that is harmful too. And try to fill your home with positive words. I'd encourage you to hand me my hate jar. Oh, it's right behind us. I'd encourage you to get rid of this word hate completely from your vocabulary. We've tried to get rid of the word even when we're talking about food, like I hate that, or I hate pizza, or whatever it is that you hate, whatever food, just to get rid of that word completely. Just don't use it at all. And it's actually helped our home quite a bit. We've been able to tell quite a bit of a difference. And even the things that I don't love about myself, one thing that I have worked really hard on is not yelling at my kids. When I originally had that goal and really struggled with that, when I started admitting it out loud to other people, I would say, I hate that about myself. I yell at my kids, I hate that about myself. And it was really hard to overcome that habit and to work on that. And I had tried praying, I'd tried goal setting, and I'd worked on it for years, a couple of years, and wasn't having luck. But when I learned about words and when I really focused on changing my vocabulary, when I would admit that and I would say that I yell at my kids, instead of I hate that about myself, I would say I love that through Christ I can overcome that. So when I focused on love and my ability to be better at it, it was a lot easier. And I am proud to announce, I'm proud to admit that I do much better on that. I'm not perfect, but I am tons better than I used to be. I speak kindly to my children, and it feels good. They feel my love more, and I feel good. It feels good inside. Like Aaliyah said, it didn't feel good to say hate, even to the jar of rice. And the feeling in our home is different when we focus on our words and when we really try to make words matter and use good words. So, hope you enjoyed our little video, and I hope that you also try a little rice experiment and see what words do in your home. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.